absamarathonzambia.co.za. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Thank you for joining us. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has commended the peaceful conduct and growing political tolerance witnessed during the by-elections held on Thursday, August 7, 2025, describing it as a sign of Zambia's democratic maturity. The South African High Court has ruled that the remains of a 60th Republican President Edgar Lungu be repatriated to Zambia for burial. His Majesty Kalonga Gawa Undi, King of the Chewa-speaking people, has reaffirmed his dedication to strengthening ties with fellow traditional leaders across Zambia, emphasizing the importance of unity and collaboration in preserving cultural heritage. ZPL Women's Super League champions Zesco Ndola Girls Football Club is confident of scooping this team's Samuel Zomond Lovo Charity Shield.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
With the details, my name is Imelda Chikwati. President Hakainde Hichilema has commended the peaceful conduct and growing political tolerance witnessed during the by-elections held on Thursday, August 7, 2025, describing it as a sign of Zambia's democratic maturity. Speaking after the announcement of results, President Hichilema congratulated Malama Mufunelo, the newly elected member of parliament from Mfuwe, along with newly elected councillors in Mpongwe and in Chelenge districts. He emphasized that political competition should be rooted in the exchange of ideas, not personal attacks or partisan hostility. The by-elections were widely praised for their peaceful atmosphere, with rival party supporters campaigning side by side without incident. Observers noted a marked improvement in political tolerance compared to previous election cycles. The ruling United Party for National Development (UPND) celebrated a major milestone, now boasting parliamentary representation in all 10 provinces of Zambia. The victory in Mfuwe marks the party's first ever seat in Muchinga province, a region previously considered a stronghold of opposition parties. Political analysts say the UPND's expansion into Muchinga signals a shift in Zambia's political dynamics and reflects a growing national support for the party's agenda. While opposition leaders have acknowledged the peaceful nature of the elections, some have called for continued vigilance on governance and accountability. Nonetheless, President Hakainde Hichilema maintained that the peaceful by-elections are a victory not just for his party, but for the country. The Electoral Commission of Zambia is expected to release a full report on the by-election process in the coming days. The South African High Court has ruled that the remains of a 60th Republican President Edgar Lungu be repatriated to Zambia for burial. This follows a legal challenge by the Zambian government against the former First Family regarding the burial location of the 60th Republican president. And speaking shortly after the ruling, Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha expressed gratitude, stating that the wishes of the Zambian people have finally been honored. Mr. Kabesha added that Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Gangwa, and his team will oversee the arrangements for the repatriation of Mr. Lungu's body. He emphasized that the government will continue to engage with the Lungu family even after the court's decision. The Attorney General reiterated that the government has fulfilled the people's desire to see Mr. Lungu's remains laid to rest in his home country.
One country, a country where he was president. He was not, if you go to Zambia, they call him father of the nation. When you are a father of the nation, you can't restrict yourself to your immediate family, to your small. So the man belongs to the nation, and so it's going to be buried in Zambia. And we appreciate the judgment that has been given by the court. It's a sound judgment. If the family is not happy, they may appeal, but may appeal is that this is a man who was president of Zambia. And I think it's a learning curve that those who intend to become presidents of countries, they must know.
His Majesty Kalunga Gawa Undi, King of the Chewa-speaking people, has reaffirmed his dedication to strengthening ties with fellow traditional leaders across Zambia, emphasizing the importance of unity and collaboration in preserving cultural heritage. Speaking through his spokesperson, Induna Lucas Piri, Gawa Undi described the invitation to attend this year's Ukusefia Pangwena traditional ceremony as a powerful symbol of solidarity among Zambia's traditional leadership. He expressed deep gratitude to Chitimukulu Kanyantamanga for the gesture, stating that he remains committed to elevating the respect and recognition that traditional leadership deserves in all spheres of society.
Chitimukulu invited His Majesty Kalunga Gaund of the Chewa people, Zambia, Marae, Mozambique. He saw one thing. He has come to support his brother, to show the strong bonding between the chiefs, the greater chiefs, and the One Zambia, One Nation, and the peace we have enjoyed in Zambia is because chiefs have always come together in this way. So the coming of Gawa, he wants Zambia to continue with peace. He wants Zambia to continue with the strong bonding where chiefs are respected. It's a big institution that without them, Zambia will be lost.
Meno Chitimukulu Kanyantamanga has held the 2025 Ukusefia Pangwena as a historic occasion, marking a rare and significant visit by Gawa Undi, whose reign spans the Chewa-speaking communities of Malawi, Mozambique, and Zambia. The Chitimukulu emphasized the vital role of culture in nation building, noting that the preservation of a traditional heritage demands unwavering commitment and sacrifice from leaders.
Until we look back into history, where Lord Macleay in 1832, he said he had traveled all over Africa and seen strong cultures. In order to destroy Africans, let us destroy their culture. And that's what has been happening. But eventually you cannot destroy the foundation of the people, because actually culture is a foundation. A people without culture, there is no foundation. Because you must have culture, that's why you build your character and your life.
Meanwhile, the Ukusefia Pangwena Organizing Committee has pledged to deliver a distinctive and historic traditional ceremony centered on cultural preservation and empowering communities. Committee Vice Chairperson Dr. Walia Chiteba announced that the event will focus on the Bemba settlement at Ngena village near the Milando River, hosted by Mwine Lubemba. Dr. Chiteba revealed that the official ceremony will take place on Saturday, 9th August, within the main event featuring Mwine Lubemba entering the arena and an enactment of the Bemba journey involving all 18 Bemba chiefdoms. He added that the cultural diversity highlighted by the presence of Gawa Undi as the guest of honor reflects how significant the House of Pangwena has become.
So for us, having this particular guest of honor is not a small feat. It is something that has been long in the making. As you know, when you're dealing with big kings, it takes a lot to convince them to leave their territories. As was said earlier by somebody who made light of it, sometimes when you invite a king away, it could be that you're looking for an opportunity to take over their kingdom. And so it's built on mutual trust. And so having a very big king like this one come and actually visit us and grace this occasion is not something we've taken lightly. And so even our preparation to assure they are comfortable stay and assure that they have an experience of this part of the country is something that we've taken very seriously.
Exhibitor Simon Chileshe from Nkoni village emphasized the importance of preserving Bemba traditions, stressing that the knowledge shared during the event will be passed down from generation to generation. Another participant, Miriam Wemba, disclosed that Ukosefia Pangwena helps Bembas remember the vital role their forefathers played in their settlement and journey from Kola. She further noted that the event marks a milestone not only for the Bemba people but also for other tribes across the country.
Chikalama pari programu turesefia turewesho rutambi kare rwarirere pari ino insta vari fulkululo rutambi pakuti n'abana kufyalwa vaishwa kuti mubemba rutambi eko lwabo lwakusefia filefia ariko kare filemoneka pari ino insta abana ino insta varefimona kale varekala fe mumaadi mumaringa emo valetambira pa TV nomba filemoneka na menso n'abantu abengi kuno ako bali abakutambe efisera fya babemba kusefya kwa babemba
tufire twasunga olutambi lwa lubemba ukwambira ifero lwa ikele kufikolo fyesu kushinta n'obushiku bwa lero echo nga mwamona pano panchende pali fintu fya pusana ukwambira kumashiko ishiko eli inono.
Northern Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Bernard Mpundu has called on farmers not to panic over the sale of maize to the Food Reserve Agency FRA, assuring them that the government is committed to purchasing all the maize procured this season. Speaking during a spot check of satellite depots in Mongwe and Kasama districts, Mr. Mpundu acknowledged the logistical challenges currently affecting some depots, including inadequate marketing requisites and an insufficient number of facilities across the province. He emphasized that these issues are being addressed with urgency to ease congestion and accommodate more farmers. Mr. Mpundu also revealed that 15 satellite depots were opened last week, with an additional 32 scheduled to open soon. He commended farmers for responding positively to the president's call for a bumper harvest and noted that the expansion of the depot network is a direct response to the increased maize production. The permanent secretary also urged the FRA to prioritize farmers under the Farmer Input Support Program, stressing that these individuals are directly linked to government assistance and should be given special consideration during the marketing process. In a strong stance against corruption, Mr. Mpundu warned that no farmer should be asked to pay a bribe in order to be served. He reiterated the government's commitment to ensuring a transparent and fair maize marketing system for all. The government of the Republic of Zambia, through the Ministry of Health, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Children International Zambia to enhance children's health services across the country. The signing ceremony was officiated by the Permanent Secretary for Donor Coordination, Dr. George Senyangwe. This strategic partnership aims to strengthen healthcare access for children, mainly in underserved and remote communities. Children International Zambia, which has already reached over 500,000 households, through its health, education, and empowerment programs, will provide vital pharmaceutical products, dental and surgical supplies, and medical equipment to health facilities supported by the Ministry of Health. The MOU reflects a shared commitment to improving primary health care, nutrition, reproductive health, and youth-friendly services with the proper referral systems in place. It also includes the handover of medical supplies from international health partnerships to the Zambia Flying Doctor Service, further expanding access to essential health services for children nationwide.
One of my colleagues, Annie News, has always argued that even for advanced countries, even for advanced societies, she puts this citation to say there has never been and neither will there ever be adequate resources from any one entity to solve the health problems of society. We need to leverage each other's advantages in order that we can get to where we need to be. So thank you so much for choosing to partner with us. And the partnership is going to be defined through the Memorandum of Understanding that we are just about to.
United Party for National Development, UPND, Deputy Youth Chairperson for Politics and Mobilization, Trevor Mwinde, says the ruling party's continued victories in recent by-elections are a clear sign that its message is resonating with the electorate. Speaking in an interview with Sun FM TV News, Mr. Mwinde cited the Mfuwe parliamentary by-election and other recent wins as evidence of the party's growing support. He said the victories reflect the Zambian people's trust in the UPND and the new Dawn government administration.
We are very grateful and delighted that the people of Challenge have once again given us the direction under even very extreme difficult circumstances. We know that there's been a lot of diversions, a lot of publicity, a lot of even talk, even including the dead in their conversations as a campaign message. But we are grateful that the Zambians believe in what is alive, and the Zambians believe in God and in unity, cooperation and development. That on its own is kudos to the people, kudos to the people of Shabo, and we are saying one Zambia, one nation. And
United Party for National Development, UPND, Media Director Maximowe has described the ruling by the South African High Court to have the body of 6th Republican President repatriated and be buried in Zambia as victory for the country. Mr. Simowe called on all Zambians to accept the ruling. Speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka, Mr. Simowe urged Zambians to focus on uniting the country and not hate speech during this period. He stated that the only thing that the Zambian government has done is to correct the burial site for Mr. Lungu.
We saw the backs and forth in South Africa, trying to also ride on what the chief government spokesperson said yesterday, that it's a time for unity of purpose as a country. It is not about who won and who lost, because we are not in competition. The government was only looking for justice without abusing citizens, and the most civil way of resolving issues is to go to court. So there is no winner, there is no loser. The right answers to posterity. God forbid, assuming it went the other way, we are going to have so many questions for the future generation. And Zambia could have been the first country in the SADC region to come.
And Mr. Simowe says people are voting for the UPND in by-elections because they are seeing the works of the New Dawn government.
You remember that government undertook an initiative to propose a supplementary budget whose primary focus was to deal with about 6 million threatened Zambians under that particular drought. And so, what we achieve in a by-election to us is not by chance. It is the message resonating with the electorates. You show them first what you have done and where the country is headed. Then they make a decision without cohesion. And so we want to sincerely thank the people of Mvue. We celebrate this victory together. It is sweet victory. You may wish to know.
Nakonde district in Muchinga province is currently on high alert following a rise in mpox cases, with health officials intensifying efforts to contain the outbreak amidst heightened cross-border risks. As of August 6, 2025, the district has recorded 22 suspected cases, 11 of which have been confirmed, according to Nakonde District Health Promotions Officer Gertrude Chipampe. Situated at the strategic Zambia-Tanzania border, Nakonde is a hub for trade, tourism and migration, factors that increase the risk of cross-border transmission. Ms. Chipampe reported that the confirmed cases exhibited classic mpox symptoms, including rash, headache, fever, and lymphadenopathy. Of the 11 confirmed cases, 9 patients have been discharged, while 2 remain admitted at Nakonde Mini Hospital. The 2 patients still under care are a couple, both aged 43, from Katozi village, who were identified through active care surveillance in August. Ms. Chipampe urged residents to adopt preventive measures such as avoiding close contact with infected individuals, practicing hand hygiene, wearing face masks, and limiting sexual partners. She emphasized that mpox, caused by the monkey virus, can spread through direct contact with bodily fluids, contaminated objects, or close interaction with infected persons. Residents of Musase community have shown gratitude over the construction of a 1-by-3 classroom block in the area. They say that it is a great achievement which is happening for the first time since the inception in the area. Residents have also appreciated the water reticulation system, stating that they no longer fetch water from the nearby stream. The 2 projects are with the compliments of the Siksha Foundation of the United States of America, and the representative emphasized that the challenges prompted the foundation to construct a school with the intention of developing quality education at Musase Community School. He added that the girl child is in a bad situation of being married off due to long distance to access education, while some just stop going to school.
Access to quality education has remained a pressing issue since the United Party for National Development (UPND) assumed office. In Musase community, located in Masaiti district, rely on the only primary school. Residents have grappled with educational challenges. These include severe shortage of desks, long distances to nearest schools, and the trend of young girls being married off. Residents have shared their concerns while expressing optimism about the recent developments.
Obusuma tukwete kuno kunchende nacho amapakutuletera ku school ya baletu kushyako pamulando kusiya kibandi abana ono tabale kwanisha okwenda okuyo kutali mukusambirira nomba apa bakalasambirira cye mupepi na menshi twalese singa ama challenges ya menshi like mo October nga skate October twale okutali nomba apa tuleta pira ku mupepi.
Other members of the community echoed similar sentiments, highlighting the urgent need of improved infrastructure and support.
Twakabila secondary school ya isa kaya atambira pa 1 up to 7, so about tulekapilo kobati na secondary ya isa
mafia kwa chikulu balirwandini njikala mupepi unless baba bako umutari n'abana bandi twikala kwa trist mupepi balayisa ko mupepi pa nomba kuli balaba kutaliyo ke kiri bwire pantu bakalafikira ko kuno kwa trist pepi.
Upon accessing the dilapidated condition of the existing school structure, a representative from the Siksha Foundation stated that The situation prompted the organization to intervene. The foundation is now constructing a 1x3 classroom block aimed at improving the quality of education.
Siksha Foundation is a non-profitable foundation. So basically they were sent pictures to them. They received the pictures and they saw how people were suffering. So they traveled off from America to Zambia just to come and see if really what were sent to them was true. So they saw the challenges the learners have been facing, the teachers and the community. So they decided with a team to say, let's help the school.
The community has welcomed the development with enthusiasm, hopeful that the new classroom block will significantly enhance educational opportunities in the area, while requesting for a nearby secondary school. Reporting for Sun FM Radio and TV, I'm Cletus Mutoki in Masaiti.
Still to come, sports news.
The Zambia ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.za. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
ZPL Women's Super League champions Zescon Dollar Girls Football Club is confident of scoping this term's Samuel Zomo Ndlovu Charity Shield. Speaking during the press briefing today, head coach William Zulu emphasized the need for his team to use the opportunity to gauge their readiness for the COSAFA Champions League qualifiers. He is of the view that the female electricians anticipates a tough encounter when they face a four-time Zambian Women League champions, Green Buffaloes Football Club.
It's a privilege for us as Zescon Dollar Girls to play the charity shield, and it's our first time, and for me it's a plus in my career as a coach. So as Zesco United, we are very much happy to participate in this charity shield. I may say it's a big game, yes, and it's a motivation for us. Looking at the last games, most people followed us, and where we used to play, you'd find there were a lot of soccer fans coming to watch us.
Menor team captain Avel Chitunu outlined the importance of winning the season opener, despite acknowledging that the female soldiers will give her team a good run for their money. She was quick to state that the win will set the tone for the new season.
Right now we are focusing on the tournament, but Green Buffalo will give us a very tough game. Me and my teammates, we are just focusing on defending the champion and going to the tournament to come back with good results. Yes.
We now recap on the headlines before we leave. President Hakainde Hichilema has commended the peaceful conduct and growing political tolerance witnessed during the by-elections held on Thursday, August 7, 2025, describing it as a sign of Zambia's democratic maturity. The South African High Court has ruled that the remains of 6th Republican President Edgar Lungu be repatriated to Zambia for burial. His Majesty Kalonga Gawa Undi, King of the Chiwawa-speaking people, has reaffirmed his dedication to strengthening ties with fellow traditional leaders across Zambia, emphasizing the importance of unity and collaboration in preserving cultural heritage. ZPL Women's Super League champions Zescon Dollar Girls Football Club is confident of scoping this term's Samuel Zomo Ndlovu Charity Shield. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Imelda Chkwati.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
A comprehensive coverage of local and national news, business, politics, and sports. The Sun FM News was brought to you by APSA. Your story matters.
The Zambia APSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at apsamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your APSA cards. Your story matters. APSA.